So you know that it is 1 hour of webinar. AI is transforming everything, right? You might have heard AI as a buzzword for a long time, but it is no longer a buzzword. It is really starting to change a lot, right? The dynamics completely changed now, right? In today's rapidly changing environment, HR and L&D teams are often tasked with addressing complex challenges, right? From identifying skill gaps to scaling learning programs and ensuring continuous employee engagement, and also running something like a service desk to sort out the issues the employees face, right? All these are getting transformed. AIs are coming in everywhere. Like I told you, right? It is no longer a buzzword. It is a transformative tool now. And this can help us tackle the many challenges surrounding the HR and L&D. We're going to look at some of the challenges, key challenges teams would often face, and I just want to understand from your side also what you consider as a magic challenge, and we will discuss the solutions around that. Okay. Shall we now continue? So, to the folks who have joined in sometimes back, good afternoon. I welcome you all to the session. So thank you for joining us today for this exciting webinar on transforming HR and L&D, solving internal challenges with AI powered solutions, right? So that is the title. Okay, the participant count now is hitting 100. I think we can kickstart it. So I have given some intro about the challenges, but I didn't list down any of those challenges, right? So let us now continue. So a quick introduction, it is about me. First, I'm Arun Vijayarangan. I possess 19 years of experience in the front-end engineering and and the back-end engineering as well. So I'm currently spearheading a team of engineers at Supram AI. I'm the CEO of that company. It is into AI agents. So I possess rich experience in Gen AI, various agentic frameworks, and on the front end side React.js, on the backend side Node.js, and also on the back Python, Fast API, and many other technologies as well. So I often mention this honor, which I consider as prestigious. I have been recognized for my contributions to open source world. I was selected as GitHub Arctic Code Vault contributor. This is an honor. As per this, whatever source code or the code that I wrote, right, and open source projects will be preserved for next 1,000 years, 250 meters deep in Arctic cold storage. So, what if the Earth is, hit by an asteroid, and due to which some mishap happened? What would happen to the knowledge that we gained, and uh, the evolution happened thus far? In order to preserve all that, right? There is Arctic cold vault in which my code is stored for the next 1,000 years. So that is one important honor I received from GitHub itself. So with that, I just want to now take you further into the session. So I have already given you a welcome. Now the count is becoming 106. Fantastic, very vibrant, 100 plus attendees here. Right. So to have the session running smoothly, all the participants' mics are muted. I just want to tell you a few things as ground rules here. So you can take a look at the interface in Microsoft Teams. In case you want to confirm anything when I ask some questions, right, please use the chat window. If you have any questions, right, please use the Q&A tab here and shoot out the questions. All right. So let us make it a highly interactive and engaging session. I don't want to run this like a typical video kind of a session in which we will be simply looking at the video. When somebody is talking, we can't ask any questions, right? I don't want it to be that way. Let us make it highly engaging, even though it is going to happen for about 1 hour. Let us make it highly engaging session. So please shoot out any questions if you have over Q&A, and if you want to share something, you can use your chat window itself, right? So yeah, I have nothing else to explain here. You know all of them. Now come back into this. So with the welcome note is given, you know why AI is so much important, right? Particularly Gen AI, the old-fashioned AI we were relying on for a long time. With somebody use the terms like AI, ML, right? That is now becoming old-fashioned, or that is powering up the modern Gen AI actually. Okay. So with this Gen AI, we can boost the efficiency, we can streamline wide variety of operations across the organization. And primarily in this session, we are going to talk about employee development related to HR and also related to L&D, right? I have given the quick introduction about myself. With this, let us move on. So you might have gotten the agenda already, right? During the nomination itself, you might have received the agenda. So we are going to first understand the challenges in HR and L&D. Afterwards, we will move into tackling the challenges. In what way can we leverage some of the solutions? Some have been developed already, some are in development, some companies are chipping in, or some of the tools that your company is already using is slowly becoming AI powered as well. Okay. So say if it is LMS, slowly LMS is being becoming AI powered, right? So in what way can we leverage the modern implementations in those tools? We will figure that out as well. And then of course some best practices and strategies related to prompting. And we will figure out what exactly is that, because AI is all about asking your questions and getting the answers, right? Or asking it to perform some task and getting it done, right? The clear, the clearer you explain, the better outcome you would get. So we are going to figure out some of the best practices and strategies. Then we'll have Q&A and then the closing notes. This is agenda. So let us go on. So because some folks have joined a little late, we didn't go deeper into the session thus far. We are in agenda, right? I hope you got clarity. If you have any questions or if you are looking for any specific solutions here in this session, please ask your questions over Q&A now, right? If you feel like I have to address something relevant to the challenges, please ask the questions now over the Q&A, please. Okay. So while you are doing it, I just want to take you further. So some of the challenges many companies face, right, in particularly HR and L&D. As HR, you would be using many AI-powered tools for hiring, right? And the tools would be giving you the right profiles. Even in LinkedIn, you might have seen LinkedIn is finding the right match for the job description. It will do the initial level of filtering. And not just that, nowadays there are some tools that would even conduct the interview completely online, and it would even shortlist the candidate and then take it to the next round also, right? It would complete the entire interview process all through phone or all through voice. We have something called as voice bots also related to hiring. So loads of tools are available. We'll talk about them, and we will also understand some of the challenges in L&D. So particularly in learning and development, the managers would not just L&D managers, the project managers or the architects in the team. would also want to identify who should be upskilled to continue in the project, right? So for that, you have to, as L&D manager, you have to uh, work with them and help identify the skill gap and then come out with the course plan, course curriculum maybe. Then you have to identify the trainers. In case the personalized training is required, you have to identify the trainers. If you have to get any online course, can approach maybe somebody like Udemy and get that and assign it to the team members, right? So that is how it can happen. But now, these are time-consuming processes. Particularly, identifying the knowledge gap is a bigger problem, right? So, in what way can we sort it out, and how to personalize it? How to personalize the course? See, I know some companies offer Udemy courses to the developers, but the challenge is, developers are not paying attention to Udemy courses. And sometimes the course completion certificate also they may acquire, but still, you know, how much they learned out of the Udemy course is still questionable. I have interacted with many L&D managers, and they are saying it that way. Udemy course is not that great. They want customized courses, and that too. What if we personalize the course to the individuals? It'll be much better, right? At their own pace, they can learn the stuff, right? So all of them, I would say, is doable here in an AI era. And of course, you can measure the outcome based on the challenges you face, in what way AI solutions are getting those problems sorted out. You can figure out the ROI also. So these are the ones I want to take a look at now. The challenges in HR, I'm listing down only four. I am keen to get to know more from you actually. Okay. So I interacted with some of the HRs and figured out, and particularly being a guy who is running a company, I know that these are some of the problems often we face, right? Employees will have a lot of queries related to company policy or a leave policy or whatever, right? So they will often shoot out questions over email and we have to respond, or else sometimes they will be using the HRMS, and into that the tickets will pile up. We have to address those queries, right? As HR folks, we have to do that, right? So the challenge is high volume of repetitive employee questions. See, it is not just about employee John asking the question. It is the same question going to be asked by several employees also, right? And you have to write the same answer to all those employees who is asking similar questions, right? So what if we sort out all those problems by offering something like a support desk bot, right? So we'll figure that out. And I mentioned this earlier. The major problem is related to hiring, screening the candidate itself. Now AI is identifying the patterns, and it knows to figure out the right match. It never misses any detail, right? There is something called attention to detail. AI will do that. AI will pay close attention to the profile that you are asking it to review, and it will screen the candidates for the job description you are asking it to evaluate for. And like I told you, it'll even go on and schedule the interviews and then complete the entire process, right? Those are all possible. Then you can also find out another challenge here is onboarding. If you are hiring a new employee, you have to educate the new employee about company policy, right? As a HR person, you have to give them extensive onboarding support. You have to share some materials at regular basis, and you should also check with them whether they have understood everything, right? So that will again be a tedious process, right? And then workforce planning. You may have about 20 team members, right? And you have to figure that out, which one is the right fit to continue in this particular project, or which one should should go for extensive training or maybe online course or whatever. That is one thing aside. But apart from that, how to make use of the available resources in specific project, right? After fixing the talent gaps. In all these places, AI would help you out. Of course, it is not possible to look at the solutions for all these problems in the session because we are having a webinar which is planned for about an hour. All these are becoming separate solutions actually. Screening candidates and recruiting, that is handled by some companies separately, right? And employee queries and running support desk is handled by some companies. Likewise, all these are becoming bigger areas now. Okay, it is a vast area to explore, but we are going to figure out a few of the solutions, particularly around the target audience here. Target audience are from HR and also L&D. So in order to help you uh, engaged, right, related to the topic, I want to take you into employee queries and support. This is one thing I want to give a demo about. And the solution can be like AI can act as a 24/7 virtual assistant. Even if anybody is asking question at 12 a.m., you don't need to worry about it. AI will immediately answer, right, about the company policy or the benefits or leave or anything related to onboarding or whatever. Okay. And related to screening candidates, AI tools can automate and it will finish the interviews, right? So all those things I told you earlier. It is time to also discuss few other challenges related to L&D. Now L&D, in which identifying training needs will be a headache sometimes, right? Difficulty in pinpointing individual and organizational skill gaps. Your organization might require somebody with knowledge in supply chain management, right? There may be some team members, but they may be of uh, entry level knowledge folks, right? They may be with some knowledge related to supply chain management, but you may be looking for some experts, right? Or should you identify such resources and figure out the knowledge gap and then ask the HR team member to hire one? Or should you plan on upskilling? So all those challenges can be tackled hereafter with AI. We'll have one use case. I will demo it to you. This one I am planning to demo, and also I will be demoing you a HR support desk. Okay, so those two I'm planning to demo here in this session, and these are all possible through LMS now. Some LMS tools are offering personalized learning path based on the experience, based on if the employee is junior level and if the knowledge the employee possesses on say JavaScript, the program will be tuned based on the knowledge that employee possesses, right? So anything is possible now with AI and in much seamless way. Okay, and I would also point you that it is all virtual. The Gen AI is capable of doing everything virtually, right? Even it will access the computer and it will perform various tasks. But we are not going to have a demo around those things now. Okay. And another problem is managing the budgets for L&D. I'll also present this in the demo. Okay. Let us quickly go on and figure that out. So these are the challenges and how AI addresses these challenges, particularly for this L&D budget in case you are sharing some information related to how much budget you have for the training in the calendar year. And in case you are prioritizing certain trainings only, you can inform the AI and it will figure out whether the training is required at this point of time or not. It will also tell you how much can you spend on that training and all that. Okay, so based on your inputs, the AI will assess the situation and then act upon. Okay, so I think it is better if I take you into a demo. Okay, so many of you would have used ChatGPT already. I have already created an account in ChatGPT and logged into this. I'm running it in a free plan only. I do not have any premium plan because I'm using ChatGPT through other modes like API. That's a different way altogether. Let us not go into that one. So in a free plan itself, so in what way can we leverage? But by the way, some of the companies do have some accounts in ChatGPT. They have the enterprise plan also, right? If so, you can have some attachment supports. ChatGPT itself will help you manage a lot of things, right? So normally the HR teams would use ChatGPT to draft a job description, right? We are not going to do that here, which LinkedIn would do, or your other HRMS would also do, or some other third-party tools that you use for hiring would do. Say in this instance, there is something called as Kula AI. In case you are using this is all-in-one ATS. So this tool is offering various pipelines to qualify a candidate and then streamline the hiring process and then understanding the insights of the specific candidate, right? Loads of things it will do. Likewise, there are many tools. This is related to just hiring I'm talking about, right? Those are third-party tools developed on top of ChatGPT, right? But we are now going to quickly understand a few things, say how uh, HR can make use of ChatGPT itself if they are not going for something like Kula AI. Okay, so let us try this one. Draft job description. This is what we call as prompt, right? For a role, you can mention a role. Say here it is software developer, including key responsibilities. You can mention required qualifications and preferred skills, right? So I simply write this way and ask ChatGPT do it. So it is telling me we are seeking skilled, innovative software developer to join our dynamic team. And it is also giving the responsibilities of a typical software developer. I never mentioned software developer with experience in what technology. I will mention the technology. It is also suggesting should it be drafted for a JavaScript specialist or a Python developer or somebody like that. So in case we are mentioning, it is going to certainly give us that, right? And to get the better output, you can write better prompt. See, I didn't write it in the proper way. I have written all of them in the lowercase, right? The more professional you write, more better output you will definitely get, right? That is, in case you are writing everything in lowercase, it will consider you are friendly to AI. If you are writing it in more professional way with proper punctuations and all that, right? It will give more professional response here. So that is related to something called as prompt engineering. Let us not go into that one right now. Right? Say, for example, in case you are getting a draft by mentioning, okay, I'll write it like this. Make it for a Python developer. Python developer, expected experience, 5 years. Okay. So now it is giving it for 5 years of experience for Python developers. So you can simply copy and paste this, or you can also go on and edit it, right? You can also get much better output in case you are switching to much better models. If your company has some premium models, you can switch to that also. I don't want to go into that one right now. I'm running it in a premium plan, sorry, free plan itself. Right? Say you are trying to hire somebody and you are not finding that person as a right fit. You want to write a mail. So write a rejection mail. See, I'm again writing all of them in lowercase. Write a rejection mail for a candidate after an initial interview. But this time I'm telling it maintaining a positive tone. Okay, see, I'm telling the tone also. So it is going to draft a mail to that person and it will be writing that in a positive tone. Okay, in case you are asking it make it to boost the confidence of the candidate. It is going to do that as well, right? While we have decided to move forward with other candidates whose experience more closely aligns with specific needs for this role, we want to emphasize how impressed we were with your capabilities. So these kind of tiny things, right, will definitely make bigger impact. As an organization, every organization will have something called as a brand voice, right? In case you are asking the AI to respond with your company's brand voice, it is certainly going to do. When you are watching some advertisements from Coca-Cola or Nike, right? Nike is well known for athletic nature in their advertisement itself, right? It is certainly going to emphasize that. In case you are asking AI to respond something like Nike's response, it is certainly going to do that. So how would Nike be responding? Write it in their tone, with their brand voice in mind. Their brand voice in mind. Okay, so if you're looking at it here, after careful consideration, we have decided to move forward with other candidates. At Nike, we believe every step, no matter where it leads, builds strength for the next move. Right? So this is what is all about. When you are adding your brand voice into AI, it will respond it in that way. It'll understand the pattern, it'll know the nuance, and it'll respond it that way. So this is going to be really interesting. And likewise, you can leverage AI to the max in employee engagement also. Say, I'm writing something like this, suggest ideas for celebrating employee achievements. And milestones on a budget. So you are telling on a budget. So you can also mention how much you're planning to spend for this, and it is going to give those ideas alone. It personalized thank you notes to shout outs in meeting or social media spotlights. If you're asking AI to write one social media post for this, some of you may be managing your L&D, your LinkedIn page also. In case you want to highlight your employees' achievement in LinkedIn, yeah, you can very well do that. You can ask it to write a post highlighting the milestone, and it is going to do that certain, right? So likewise, there are so many things you can do here and related to learning and development, right? Let's come back into this topic. What are some trending skills? You can figure out trending skills for, say, AI engineer in, say, in IT industry that we should include in our training programs. right? So it is also telling you about a wide variety of frameworks that you need to include in the training, right? And you can go deeper into it. You will probably get the requirements from your project managers or the architects. Normally, the backend architects or the front end architects or whoever is ready to give you the training requirement, right? They will be drafting something like this with the required skill set or the training outcome, what they expect. Also, they'll mention at times. So you can simply pass it on and then plan the course. And you can also ask AI to help find the right trainer profile, which will do in case you want to have a personalized, a separate classroom training or a virtual training run by instructor, right? It is certainly going to do that as well, right? And then you can also plan on to collect the survey from employees post training or during the training also. You can also evaluate many trainers in case you supply the data to the chatbot or here as attachment in PDF or in Excel sheet, right? It is going to evaluate and give you the insights about which trainer has delivered the training in much better way, right? And you can then later decide in what direction you can take it further. Okay, now let us come back to the other things which I mentioned earlier. So remember, I told you that I will give you some hands-on. We have just started to explore Chat GPT alone. You all would have used it already. Okay, some of you might have a thought like whatever I told thus far is well known. I know, but I didn't get to know your technological exploration related to AI this side. So that is why, in order to ensure all the participants are understanding these basic concepts clearly, I have written some prompts here, right? And I did not include any technical jargons anywhere here. It is simply about uh, from HR standpoint, they know what is it all about, right? And this brand voice, like I mentioned earlier, every company will have their brand voice established over a period of time. If it is IBM or if it is Google, they put user first. In Google, all their mails, all their communications, they'll put user first. Likewise, every company will have the policy, and the brand voice will be established over time. I just called out Nike alone here because in their advertisements or in any of the campaigns they run, everywhere they'll have that athletic brand voice established. Likewise, in case you are giving some samples to ChatGPT, it is going to prepare the mail in the way or the job description in the way that you are asking it to do. Okay, and you can also ask it what if the job description is written by somebody, say Elon Musk, right? So it knows Elon Musk tweets and how he is acting upon certain things, right? And it is going to draft the mail in that way or JD in that way. You can see that solve the kind of problems that make you say that's impossible, right? It has included these stuff also. So yeah, it is about how you prompt to get the desired output. Look at it. This time I have used proper casing here. Okay, and it might have gotten a bit more clarity about my intention. Okay, so that's one thing. Now let us switch to a solution because in our agenda, right, you can see here AI is going to help you with a bit of some automations and give you insights and some personalizations also. I'm going to give a demo around those things, particularly about running a service desk in HR. Okay, for that you need some data set, right? AI should be trained with your data For example, if you have HRMS, if you are already asking your employees to make use of the HRMS, but in many companies, employees may not use it well. The UI may not be intuitive. It will be confusing. Training every employee to use the HRMS itself will be tricky, right? Employees might not memorize all of them. And what if the HRMS is releasing version updates? Some options might have been misplaced, or some options might be removed. So in all those scenarios, how can the employees keep them up to date, relevant to consuming HRMS? So if the employees are consuming HRMS properly, you may not get many support queries, right? So they may ask the question, what is the leave policy? Or what is the onboard process? Anything like that, right? Sorry. In case there are some questions like that, how to sort them out with AI. So I'm going to take you into one tool that is built around OpenAI's API, particularly ChatGPT API. So the tool is called as Superdom AI, which I have developed. You can see that as per this tagline, run your business with AI workforce, it is helping companies streamline many operations across various departments. Okay, so AI previously was able to do only one thing. If you're asking ChatGPT few questions, right? What is the weather in, say, Chennai now? If I'm asking, it is doing the search. In case you ask the same question 1 year back at AI, this ChatGPT, it won't tell you any temperature. It was capable of telling you the historical temperature of Chennai. In case you ask the same question 1 year back, it won't tell you the exact temperature, but now it is doing a web search and coming back with some answer like this. Okay, so ChatGPT is improving now. And in case you're asking last year, if you have asked this question at the same time, what is the time now? See, AI doesn't know what is the time. It is doing a web search to understand what is the time now. Right? So if I ask this question, if I ask this question now, it is giving some answer. Had I asked the same question 1 year back, it won't tell you, it wouldn't have given exact answer. It would have given one answer like, I don't know the time. Okay. So why this change now? It is all because of LLM has some limitations. LLM is like a hard disk. It has been trained on some data, and say you have one hard disk in your hand, you can access the information whatever is in there in that hard disk, right? Apart from that, you can't access anything else. Actually, LLM is not trained to know about the timing, know about time. It doesn't. It is not trained to know about the weather, because these are all going to be changing often, lively information. Likewise, your company's internal policies which will change. In case you're asking what is the leave policy of TCS, AI might not be trained on such data because it is internal data. It is doing a web search, maybe from web, it might find something, but we can't be sure of this. It is performing web searches, and it is also giving some sources here from where this information is acquired. Through that, it is curating and then giving you the answer, right? If your employees, if you are subscribing to ChatGPT Enterprise plan, and if you are giving it to all your employees, even though you are on a premium plan, when the employees are asking for a question like this, ChatGPT won't give you any answer. Or instead of searching from your own knowledge base, I mean TCS own knowledge base, it will be searching elsewhere. It may be proper, or maybe of wrong answer. So how can we sort this out? So the problem number one is having some support issues sorted out from HR standpoint, which ChatGPT's enterprise plan will not do. So for that, then we have to train the AI with our own data, which means, am I connected? Okay. So some hiccups. Really screen switch to this side, and I think I'm online now, connected again. Okay. Yeah. When you're asking a question, when the employees are asking a question related to leave policy of TCS, instead of searching for the answer from TCS own knowledge base, it is searching elsewhere and giving the answer which may not be right. So, what to do to sort this out? This problem. So there is a solution, superdom.ai. So this particular one is in early stage. In case you are interested to join the wait list, you can click here and then enter your email. But I'm going to show you the other side of it. There is a demo already in, and I have already created an account, logged in, so that I don't we can't waste a lot of time, right? Because we are running on a tight timeline of 1 hour only. You can see that I have a team here, and inside this, uh, I have already interacted with some of the AI agents. I created something called as AI agents. Okay, so you can see here in this app, it is an AI workforce store. You can consider it as like Google Play Store or App Store. If your mobile phone does not have a capability to book a ticket, right? You will say movie ticket. You are going to hit Google Play Store or App Store and search for an app called Book My Show, right? If you want to book a flight ticket, you are going to search for app like Make My Trip, right? And because your mobile device already has limitation, your mobile device by default comes with some apps like calculator, calendar, messaging, dialer, and all those. But apart from that, if you want many other things, it won't do, right? Your mobile device is not capable. That is why you have something called as App Store or Play Store. Same way, when LLM is not capable of answering this, it is connecting to web search, doing the web search and getting the answer. It is doing it here, which seems to be accurate, proper. But for this, we are not sure. And what if one employee is asking a question, how many more leaves I have? How many leaves I have? I have this month or something like that. LLM can't answer, right? So what to do then? If you are having the knowledge base, say in the form of PDF or in document or in whatever format, you just have to train the AI. So here is one thing which I want to try now. Say there is a HR manager, or I can even take you into concierge manager, which will address the questions of all employees. Okay. So this is the one I want to now hire. I'm hiring this AI agent. We call it a super pilot. Super pilot is our term we use here in Superdom AI, which is nothing but LLM plus external knowledge, which is the company's knowledge. Instead of web search, it will go into company's knowledge base. You consider it as like a training data for the bot to be trained upon. Okay. So I have clicked this button already. So now I'm going to take you into this one, wherein you can see the super pilot can be managed as per your wish. I'm going to onboard this co-worker. This is like a co-worker. Okay. In the HR team, this can be created through the HR team. This can be created. Maybe the HR manager or the HR admin can do that. And afterwards, it can be assigned to your employees. And whoever wants to ask any question, they can definitely shoot out. Okay. So now you can see that this particular, I simply have clicked on onboard. The onboard process is going to start off now. You can give it a name. If you are not happy with the name being Superman, you can change it Super HR bot, right? HR service desk is the role. And you can set the tone. Remember earlier I mentioned the tone can be like friendly or positive. Let me make this as inspiring. HR host should inspire a lot. So let us make it inspiring. There is something already written, right? But this was kind of more generic. Let us make it much better. I don't want to have the special instructions here. I have already written something relevant to the AI HR support desk. In order to save time, I have written these things already. So I'm going to copy them. I'll read through. Pasting. You are an AI HR support desk assistant. Your role is to assist employees by providing accurate and timely responses to HR related queries. And the guidelines I'm giving, right? When information is clear only, you just answer, provide direct and helpful answer. I'm going to train this bot with some data. For that, I'm giving some instructions. If uh, you can also see here, leverage the internal knowledge base. I will supply that knowledge base sooner. So I'm writing this line here. Leverage the internal knowledge base to address queries, right? Which means if I'm asking what is the leave policy of TCS or some company, right? It will go into the internal knowledge base only. It won't hit LLM, which means it won't find answers from chat GPT. It will find answer within our knowledge base only. Okay. And then it will give the answer. So you can see here, if the information is clear, do this. If information is not clear about the question being asked, then politely inform the user you do not have the request information and suggest alternative contacts, which means it may ask the employee to email you, or it will even draft the email. Okay, I have mentioned the tone separately also here in case you want to go on further and explaining. It is not just be inspiring, but it should also be this way, professional, approachable. And I have a bunch of do's and don'ts. Use the internal knowledge base only for answering, right? And do not provide vague or unsupported responses. Unsupported means if any answers that are not found in knowledge base, don't respond. Likewise, I have some of the instructions here, and I can move the do's and don'ts into these sections here. In what way the bot should respond. I can also go into this. Yeah, so those are the things. Now I want to save this. This is the bot we are creating now. This bot can be assigned to many team members. If you are thinking of assigning to all employees, there will be an option here. I only one employee joined in this. It is me. So I just want to assign this to me now. If you have say 100 employees, you can there will be one option here. All select all. All the employees can have access to this bot you are creating now. Okay. So then I'm going to set which chat LLM it should use. This is the cheaper one. I want to go with this. And I can also set how much LLM can go creative. I set it to 0, which means it will always refer to the internal knowledge base and answer. Okay. If I set it to high for the service desk bot will hallucinate. There is a saying in LLM, hallucination means even if the answer is not clear, LLM will make up some answer and respond, which is so bad. In case if we set like this, it will definitely give wrong answer or it will over explain that. Okay, so I'm setting it to 0 now. which means it is kind of programmed or tuned to be grounded. So when I say grounded, again, it is a technical term, slightly technical term. When I'm saying grounded, I'm asking this bot to adhere to the knowledge base. It is going to be supplied sooner. Okay, here I will be supplying it. So I'm taking you into the knowledge now. I don't have any file added here. I have already created some files and I'm going to upload those files now. Okay, you can see here, this is a HR support knowledge base. It is of just a 3-page document. You can see the questions here. Okay, how do I contact HR team for assistance? You can reach out to HR company email. How can I update my personal information in HR records? Log into employee self-service portal and update your profile information. Likewise, small answers. And sometimes you can also see some instructions given here, like details on health insurance, retirement plans, and other perks are listed in the HR portal under benefits. Okay. Likewise, it is giving some detailed instructions as well. But these are, very minimal, some 30 questions. You can consider as like a frequently asked questions. These questions you may get repeatedly from employees as HR person. Right? How do I apply for salary advance? Submit a request through compensation section in HR portal. If this is the knowledge base, I'm going to supply now. Okay. For your company, you will have a different PDF, like PDF. It will have maybe 300 questions or whatever. So now with the 30 questions PDF getting uploaded, this will be over. Yeah, it is already over. The data is now uploaded. Now coming back into this, going to select that file and assigning it to this agent. Okay, agent is a workforce. You can consider it as like a co-worker along with you, because you are doing loads of things now. You can hand off few of your tasks to an agent. Okay, the agent would do the task on behalf of you and will give you the output. Instead of spending days, you can ask some AI agents to perform something, and it may perform that in about 10 minutes, 5 minutes, likewise. Okay, so now I'm going to onboard this co-worker. So now I have onboarded this co-worker. So who can use this? To this team member only I have assigned. So now I can go here. Assume if this is given to all the employees can go into the chat bot and ask the question, hey, who are you? It knows about me, who logged in. We have given it a name, Super HR bot, right? And I have also asked who are you? And it is telling me what it can do for me. So now I'm going to ask one question. So I have some questions here. Say, how does the performance review process work? There is a question in the knowledge base given. So I'm asking that question. Let us see what is it doing now. Okay, so you can see here, it has connected to the knowledge base. That is why you are seeing the screen. It is similar to Chat GPT performed web search. Okay, you were seeing something like that here, right? Web search. Likewise, it has searched internally within the knowledge base given, and it is coming up with answers here. The performance review process at our company is conducted biannually. Shall we verify whether this is right or wrong? So let us open the question. This is the knowledge base. This is L&D, this is HR knowledge base. So you can see here, the question was about performance review. So how does performance review process work? Reviews are conducted biannually. So this is the answer, and you will receive notifications to submit self-assessment and meet with your manager. So now look at the LLM, how smart it is responding to you. The performance review process is conducted biannually. Notifications, you will receive notifications prompting to submit self-assessments, or else there will be meetings. Okay, you can see the bullet points also. It is neatly given, right? And this assume this is being used by your employee, and the employee will immediately get it. They get the answer, which means those employees will no longer send the emails related to these. They won't ask for any clarifications over email. They'll simply ask the bot. Okay. And you can focus on your core work other than addressing the support issues. Okay. And let us also ask few more questions. I have added few more questions. So say this one. Let me pick up. When will I receive my paycheck? Paychecks are processed on 15th and 30th of every month. So you can see here in this. Okay. Same one. Same answer. So now, instead of, in case you're asking this question at ChatGPT, right? It will be in confused state and it will start to hallucinate. I'm asking the same question. See, when will I receive my paycheck? Do you think it will give the right answer? No, right? It has no connection. Okay, see that it is searching through web and then coming out with some answer like this. TCS typically credit salaries on last working day of each month. This may be true or may not be true, right? But all through web search. What if there is a small company and what if the TCS has a change in policy? This answer will be definitely wrong. So we have ensured the knowledge base is properly utilized and it is giving the answer from there. Okay. So the next question, let me ask one more question here. How do you apply for leave? Okay, let me ask this question now. It is about what documents you need to submit during onboarding. ID proof, educational certificates, and prior experience letters. Those are the ones given in the knowledge base as well, right? And then you can also ask another question: whom should I send them to? Because in this, I closed that one accidentally. So in this one, it is not telling me to whom should I send it. So now this question is not there in the knowledge base at all. This question I don't have in the knowledge base. And you can shoot out the question in any way you want related to that. So you should, now we can see the answer, because in the knowledge base, this email was mentioned and it connects the dots. That is how it draws insights. To whom it should be sent, it knows and it gives that email. And now you can ask your employee, as an employee, send a mail, draft a mail to HR with my attachments that I want to submit for onboarding. Now it is going to hit beyond the knowledge base because it has to draft a mail. Okay, so now it is going to hit LLM and will get us the answer. It's taking a bit longer this time. Okay, so you can see that the answer is coming this side. On the right hand side, you can see that it is also showing here. I have created a draft email. So employees can simply copy this and send, or else there is a guideline also coming in, right? You can see many other support documents in case your company wants. Based on the knowledge base, it will draft this one also to instruct further the employees what needs to be submitted. So this is the email. They can simply copy and email hereafter. Okay. So likewise, it is helping the support folks to have their support tickets reduced. This is one thing. And I want to also present another use case here, which is going to be super interesting. In case you have a few more minutes, can you please wait? I will present another use case here. Hello, team. Do you have any questions? I think it is better if I ask you questions. Okay, there was a question from Purvashri. Are there any bots which can assist without uploading any data, like guiding employees or suggesting options to set careers basis, their job title, role, etc.? Okay, so there are bots, but in case you're not uploading any data, right? The answer it gives may be with hallucinated one. It may not be accurate. It will be the answer will be more generic only. Archie has question: is it paid or free? I think you asked about Superdom AI. It is a paid solution, but it is launching a trial version. You can try it out. Okay, yeah. Any case studies related to L&D? I'm coming to that one. Shamli, please hold. I'll finish this off. So say, let me create one co-pilot here, which is going to get some attachments over chat. Okay, so I can create maybe from whom I have this, and then I'll change it. I can hire anybody and change the role and anything. I have the prompt here for that one. Skill gap finder. Okay, this is going to be named as skill gap finder. AI skill gap analyst is the role, and I'm setting the tone to be optimistic as L&D team member. I close that one, come into this. So this is the prompt with which I'm going to set it entirely. And I expect the output to be like this. Okay, you can see here, assume your company is looking for some candidates with experience in SCM, supply chain management solutions, right? There is a project being developed. There are some team members already present, right? Say 20 team members are there, but you are not sure whether all 20 team members are right fit for this project. So you just have to evaluate based on their profile. In case you have the profile, or if you have the LinkedIn URL through which you can still do that. But in LinkedIn, some of the folks may not update, right, their skills often. So it is better to get the profile from the candidates. So in case you are supplying the profile, it is going to do the analysis. It will check for the skills, technical skills, expected technical skills, ERP system, SAP or Oracle SCM are similar. Whoever is working on this team, this project, should possess rich knowledge on these tools. That is what we have mentioned here, right? And the skill gap finder is going to help us find the gap. I have, okay, I'm setting this to ChatGPT. This time, I don't need to worry about creativity level because it is LLM who is going to give me the answer. It is not based on our knowledge base. So I'm going here to the chat area. So previously I worked with Super HR bot. Now created a new bot. Going to ask who are you while it is doing. I'll switch to the data here. I have already created two profiles team. So you can see here, Alex is one person. Assume it is the profile of Alex. It is with some sample skills. And there is another one person, Sarah Lee, again with some stuff relevant to supply chain management. Okay, these two profiles, I want to first ask AI to cross verify. So now I'm going to supply Alex profile. So for that, I'm simply going to say this, analyze this profile. uploading the PDF, and I'm asking it to analyze it. It is going to give me the response now after analyzing it. Taking a bit longer. Okay. So you can see that it has analyzed it, and it has also generated some reports on the right hand side about it, because the analysis is slightly bigger. Okay. So identified some gaps in that profile itself, right? And then action plan. Now let us analyze another profile. Sarah Lee. I'm going to say the same thing. Analyze this profile. Okay, then what I'm going to do is, now I can ask it in the project. Now, who has better edge to continue in this project with the existing knowledge? And tell me who needs training, right? So it is now giving Sarah Lee's report also after analyzing it. So now I'm going to ask this question, right? We don't have time to go into these things one by one, but you can see that it's neatly presenting it because of the prompt I mentioned there during the creation of this particular part. So now I'm asking it, now who has better edge to continue in this project with existing knowledge, and tell me who needs training. You can see here for this skill gap analysis for Alex is showing up. Let me close that and come here. Based on the profiles analyzed, Sarah Lee has strength and the training needs. Alex strength and the training needs. And now we can see the conclusion here. Who has the edge for project continuation? Alex has the edge because existing knowledge itself is enough. He is better equipped to handle complex SCM. Whereas for Sarah Lee, would benefit from targeted training to enhance her skills, particularly in advanced areas of demand forecasting ERP systems. Okay, now I can ask this. Can you use this one? Can you create the course curriculum personalized? I'm going for personalized because it knows the profile of Sarah Lee who needs a training. I can ask it personalized course curriculum and include the duration. So it is going to do that also. Now, as L&D manager, L&D person, you can simply copy this course curriculum, which is going to be created. You can see that it is slightly bigger. This course curriculum, so this is the old one that is showing. This is where we can find it. Advanced demand for forecasting techniques, 4 weeks. And this is coming like 6 weeks, 5 weeks. And you can also see approximately 22 weeks. You can ask it to give it in hours also, right? And it is going to do that. So this is the personalized course curriculum for Sarah Lee. Likewise, it will do umpteen things. Now you can ask, likewise, you may have many profiles. For all those profiles with skill gaps, you can ask AI to come out with the course curriculum, and it is going to certainly do that. After doing it, you can copy this course curriculum and pass it to the trainer and ask these topics to be covered in the right way. So yeah, this is how you can sort out the support desk problems in both HR and also in L&D, right? And the great thing here is you can switch between different bots using this at symbol here in the text area. At if you want to talk to the HR bot, you can switch back. Then now create a JD to the HR. It is a service bot actually, but it has some knowledge about HR stuff. Create a JD for trainer. for hiring a trainer. The above curriculum. It is going to give me that also. Okay, supply chain management training. So it is doing all of them. So now from that bot, I switch to this one. So likewise, you can work with multiple bots in this app. So earlier I mentioned, something like Kula AI, which I have no association with. It was just a random tool. And this time I showed one tool, which is Superdom AI, which is being built by us. I have given a quick demo of it, which we are planning to launch in a month with some more refinements and some features. So now let us come back to the topic here. So we have seen how AI can address some problems and give the solutions. It has given you insights so that you can definitely take informed decisions, and it is going to offer better employee experience in case this particular bot, instead of asking your employees to log in here and ask the question, what if there is a way to easily integrate within your HRMS? Say, take a look at this one, intercom. Assume I'm hitting here. Um, Assume it is a random app. What I want to show you is support widget like this support widget. If your employees are coming here and asking questions, right? They can ask questions, leave policy. This is not going to give you, this is a different bot altogether. Just for example sake, I'm telling you, give me leave policy. In case if we are enabling this option in your website itself or in your HRMS itself, this can be integrated, which means all the employees can simply open the widget and ask for this question. This is not going to give you the answer because it is third party tool, some other tool. Okay. But assume whatever answers I showed you here related to HR, in the chat history, you can find out these questions, right? These answers are going to show up in this place. It has no answer because it is for a different reason. It is built for a different purpose, so we can't ask this question. All right, so this kind of a widget is coming in, which means your employees can ask the question from widget or from Microsoft Teams. Also, some companies are looking for having that in Microsoft Microsoft Teams. They have to go into Teams and ask the question from Teams itself. That's it. And AI will give the answer. Likewise, we can have. Sorry for taking it longer. It is 4:20 now. I think we have aligned the topics properly around the areas we targeted. So I demoed it by creating a HR service desk in order to help L&D team members connect the dots. I created a skill gap finder, and then there is one more thing, L&D budget planner, which also I can show you now. But in interest of time, I just want to leave it. There's a prompt which I have for it. Now for this particular training, right? If there is a budget planner, I can ask this question. What do you think if the training process is going to take longer? It is about totally 22 weeks. In what way can we curtail it to say 2 weeks time? 2 weeks, or else you can mention the hours also. Make it optimal for 48 hours. Likewise, if we're mentioning the course will be created for 48 hours. And you can also verify it with the budget planner. If you have a budget planner, that will show up here. You can ask the budget planner after skill gap finder is finding the gaps. You can ask a question like this: hey, what is the budget you can think of for this training. It will assess. Okay, you can check this out. But I don't have one more agent created. There is something here using the same technique, whatever I tried earlier. And I have some sample budget also, annual L&D budget overview. And in case, because we are in May, how much you have already spent, you can mention that also. With that, it will keep track. So likewise, you can go on and implement it. For leadership development, this much. For other, this is falling under employee upskilling program. Okay. So for that, your company may have this much. So if you mention all those, the tool will smartly analyze whether this particular program should be curtailed to 48 hours or should we continue like this. It will suggest that also. Okay. Yeah. So these are the things. I hope things went well thus far. There is a question. Okay, Shamli earlier asked for any case studies related to L&D. We are running a pilot program in companies right now. It's all happening privately right now. Okay, so we don't have any case studies as such, but I have presented you the use case. These use cases, the companies are trying it out. Free pilot is being offered by Superdom AI for 3 months. In case you are interested, you just key in your email or you can approach Mr. Naveen Shambi. We can have that discussion going on. And there is a question from Nisha, any PMS related one? I don't have any use case at this point of time, but I would tell you that Superdom AI is like AI agentic suite, which means, you can find out, you can create agents for any use case, any scenario, for marketing, for brainstorming. This is too technical. For writing contents, writing scripts, or acting as compliance officer, cyber security, or DB architect, database architect, backend architect. Likewise, a tech troubleshooter. Your IT team can use this IT admin. Okay, there is a dedicated IT admin here. IT admin. Likewise, there are many bots. Whatever bot you want to create, you can create here. All with your data. You can change anything anywhere, which is not possible in ChatGPT. Okay. So all the training data you can see here in this place. This is the only file we uploaded. This is the training data. And the advantage of this part is it will also connect to your APIs. You can see here, in case it has to connect to your HRMS, it is capable. You can see here in tools, you can add a tool and it will connect to LMS or HRMS. In this case, it is HRMS. And from there, it will even pull employee information for much better contextual connect. It can do that also. Okay. So for that, adding tool option, which means we have to add something called as an ST API. There is a different flow altogether. I think we can skip that for this session. All right, yeah, that's all from my side for the day. Any other questions? I wish to get your feedback. If possible, can you give me your feedback over the chat? There is a link already shared. You might have given. I just want to, I'm curious to know how the session ran thus far. How was it? Was it informative? Did you learn anything new today? I believe you learned something new. So feedback will help organize the session in a much better way going forward. All right, now over to you, Naveen. Srikanth is sharing something here. Thank you, Srikanth. Nisha is also saying the same. Thank you, Nisha. If you want a detailed demo of Subram AI, please join the waitlist there. We will have detailed demo, and as per your requirement, okay, I can give a demo. If you are from a company with more than 150 employees, and if you want a pilot program, free pilot program to run, we can do that also. The pilot programs normally go on for about 3 months. So all the use cases will be based on your requirement. You use the tool for 3 months, and then you can decide whether to continue using the tool, whether it is sorting out your problems or not, whether it is improved, on which you can later take a call. All right. So yeah, that's all. Naveen is not present here. Naveen has left, it seems. All right. Shall we wrap up the session now?
Yes, sir, I think we can.
Happy. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks,
Purushri,
sir.
for your feedback. Okay. All right. See you.